Awareness is key in general, but especially living in Las Vegas or places like Las Vegas. Awareness is key in general. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm going to explain to you why having awareness and understanding these different dynamics is so important.
These days, I'm letting God handle all things above. The things I can't change are the reason you love me. Listen, you can hear them calling my name. I'm all over the place, I can't sit in one place. I'm not ashamed at all.
That's the one thing about Las Vegas, considering it's Sin City. You come across certain ways of living that's more prevalent than other states. I know some people will say, oh, you know, every state got their BS or it's like that where I live too. But Las Vegas is like a platform for the things that happen in other states times 10, because this is literally the playground for certain behaviors. But those specific behaviors are just a surface level of truly what's behind that. And what's behind that is more of like a spiritual level of things that a lot of people only can see with discernment. That's why some people will be like, oh, it's just like my state, or oh, it's not that bad, you know, I've seen that and this and that. But like, if you don't really have, most people downplay what they don't understand. So that's not only with you. If you are a bright soul, or you live within your positivity, you motivate people, and you're genuine, considering the fact there's not a lot of people like that, people will downplay what you do. But it's the same thing when it comes to toxic behavior, that behind it has a spiritual meaning. People don't understand it, nor can they see it, because maybe God didn't give them those gifts. So they downplay it. They say, oh, it's really not that deep. It's only this, or it's only that. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, it's way deeper than they can even see or understand. But like I said, people downplay what they don't understand. That's because Vegas and LA is one of those places where the facades thrive. You know what I'm saying? If you're one of those people that you live your life solely based off of what you say you are and not really who you are, then you can thrive in these type of places like Vegas, LA. From what I hear, New York is like that too, but I've never been in New York for that long to know. And that's almost like the culture, you feel what I'm saying? That's like the culture of it. It's not like an anomaly. You're an anomaly if you move the opposite way, or if you spiritually connected to yourself. Because if you do, then you'll eventually become kind of like a source of energy that they kind of ping pong around, they play with, until they decide to do you dirty and discard you out of jealousy. So if you authentic, you really not gonna fit into most of these type of places like LA, Vegas, unless you just stay in the crib. The reason why awareness is key, because this world is about power, and whether you know or think you have power, you do have power. And a lot of people want you to be powerless. You feel me? Everybody has some form of power. You feel what I'm saying? Some people have multiple different types of power, whether that is money, beauty, intelligence, wisdom, perspective. So everybody has some form of power. But in this world, people want you to be powerless, and sometimes people don't recognize their own power. You feel what I'm saying? The reason why awareness is key, because whether you're playing a power game with people or not, they are playing one with you. You feel what I'm saying? People are playing a power game whether you realize it or not. You feel what I'm saying? So you just gotta lock in and recognize that everybody has some form of power. Look, I'm gonna give y'all an example, right? Because I don't want to make it seem like I'm just like saying anything or rambling, right? So considering the fact that everybody has some form of power, what do people do when they see people with power and they don't know they have their own power, or they're insecure within their power? You're probably going to say they try to destroy it. Yes, in a sense they do. Yes, sometimes they try to destroy you. They might even try to, kill you or unalive you or whatever the case may be. But for the most part, most people are not trying to take your life. Some people will, but a lot of people try to hide your power. Now, how they go about hiding your power is a lot of different ways, manipulation. But like, think about this, right? Your power is like a key, right? So when somebody's trying to get into the door, where do you leave the key? Under the mat. So that's what they do with your power. They try to sweep your power under the rug. And that's what we do with keys. We put keys under the rug because we know that keys are so powerful to unlock the door, right? So imagine you in the job and somebody trying to downplay you. They're going to try to hide your power. They're going to try to show the boss like, oh, this person's not as powerful, through manipulation, through lies, through trying to downplay you. Sometimes they try to show off to the boss in front of you to minimize what you're doing, or, you know, do something wrong and then say you did it. So, you know, that happens in the workplace. Or say if somebody's trying to date somebody and y'all in the same space as somebody else that's trying to date them, they'll try to be like, oh, but yeah, Josh does this to make me sound like, you know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. It could happen anyway. It could be a female and she tries to play her friend. You know what I'm saying? It's a power game. Whether they try to downplay you, unalive you, or sometimes they try to get you to believe that you don't have power, or they try to get you to, if you're doing something that in a way where you're showing your power, they'll be like, oh man, why are you doing all of that? Or that's not that deep, or, you know what I'm saying? So they try to get you to suppress your power. They try to unalive you, make you lose your life in the midst of having your power because they're so jealous. Or they try to hide your power, you know, through a lot of different manipulative tactics. You feel what I'm saying? So just know that this world is about power, whether you realize you have power or not, whether, like I said, whether it's looks, whether it is money, whether it is intelligence. Is a lot more, but everybody has some form of power, and somebody might be jealous of you and you don't even realize it, and they want to take your power, minimize your power, or get it to disappear in some way. Through my observation of traveling to New York back and forth from Philly, living in Los Angeles, and living in Vegas, the reason why all these places are perceived to be so fake and draining is because the power game is more activated, because there's more surface level people there, there's more insecure people there, there's more people that don't see their own power and they want to do whatever it takes to minimize another person that is high vibrational. That's why you hear people go to Hollywood and stuff like that and their dreams fall down and stuff like that. It's not because they're not talented. It's not because they don't have their own sense of power. Sometimes it's because they may have been scapegoated by a pack of insecure individuals that teamed up together in order to suppress that individual that might be more talented than all of them. You feel what I'm saying? To wrap it all up, when you look at Vegas through a spiritual lens, you can look at the great side of it, all the dope colors and the lights, and the fact that people partying and turning up and doing things that they feel like resonate with them. On the flip side, if you're spiritually awakened and you're somebody that you're sensitive to energy and stuff like that, Vegas, Los Angeles, New York can definitely be hard places for you, just because it may not resonate with who you are as a person, but it will be a great experience for you to go there and analyze people from all different parts of the world and all different walks of park, and also all different levels of consciousness. But it truly depends on what you're looking for as a person. I just wanted to share my perspective from a more spiritual lens rather than a surface level lens, where most people do that on YouTube or TikTok and they say, oh yeah, Vegas is the greatest place in order to turn up and have fun. But sometimes people want to see things from a spiritual lens, from somebody who's like spiritually sensitive or somebody that's very self-aware. So I wanted to break it down in a deeper way for those who resonate with it. If you don't, it is what it is. I ain't tripping.